يا رحمة للعالمين. دستور يا سيدي يا سلطان الأولياء، دستور يا سيدي ومولاي، مدد يا رجال الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. Thank you for allowing me to speak. It's difficult for people to listen to other than their Shaykh. So I understand what you're going through, because same thing for me as well. When our Shaykh speaks, we all listen. But when we are talking to each other, we joke. So there's not too much seriousness. So you are listening to me because I'm reading from Mawlana Shaykh Nazim's book. I'm not somebody that is claiming to be anything. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive all of us. Musa alayhi salam. I heard this from Mawlana. Musa alayhi salam. You see the moon, Adam, you see the moon? Why doesn't it fall on earth? What keeps it in its place? Do you see any strings? Do you see any support? رفع السماء بغير عمد ترونها. He raised up heaven, the sky. Means with everything in it. He raised up the sky without amad. Amad is amud. Amud is a pole, like that, a pillar. He raised it up and everything that's in it without any support that you can see. You see it floating. بغير عمد ترونها. It has support, but you don't see it. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is supporting these moons and stars and sun and whatever is up in heavens. Is supporting them, but we cannot see the support. But still you cannot see any pillars or metal or strings or ropes tying them in place. So what happens? Why doesn't the moon fall on us? Why doesn't the sky fall on us? That's why at the end of time, in Yawm al-Qiyamah, you will see the planets fall on you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَإِذَا الْكَوَاكِبُ انْتَثَرَتْ إِذَا السَّمَاءُ انْفَطَرَتْ وَإِذَا الْكَوَاكِبُ انْتَثَرَتْ. When the sky will be split and all the kawakib, all the planets that has light and don't have light, means the stars and the planets and the moons, انْتَثَرَتْ, they all will be sprinkled, like will fall down. Will fall down. وَإِذَا النُّجُومُ انْكَدَرَتْ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells you, these things that you see will fall down on you. So what's keeping them in place? Why doesn't He let it fall down? So Musa alayhi salam asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Ya Rabbi, do you sleep? We read لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم. لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم. What does it mean? He does not sleep. Sina also is the beginning of sleep, when you are like snoozing, they say, like almost like catching yourself. Not even that. Not even yawning. So he asked, Musa alayhi salam asks to teach the ummah, to teach the people that don't know. Musa alayhi salam, his knowledge is high. He said, Ya Musa, why don't you take a jar of water and hold it for some time? So Musa alayhi salam took a jar of water and he was holding it. He was holding it, and Musa alayhi salam slept. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put sleep on him. The jar fell on the ground. He says, if I sleep, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sleeps like this jar fell on the ground, everything will fall down. Everything will disappear. There are two verses of Quran that I remembered, but of course I am forgetful nowadays because of all the stress we are living. We only remember the news and we forget everything else. Quran we don't remember anymore. We only remember what this one said and what that one said. If I can remember correctly, وهو الذي يمسك السماء أن تقع على الأرض إلا بإذنه. He is the one holding sky, not to fall on earth. إلا بإذنه, except by his permission. So if he permits one of these planets to leave its orbit and come crash on Earth, teach these people a lesson, he can. And another verse, هو الذي يمسك السماء والأرض أن تزولا, is that how it is? ولا إن زالتا إن أمسكهما من أحد من بعده. He is the one that is holding heavens and earth so they don't disappear. So if I snooze or if I sleep, everything crashes. All that system will be out of balance. Everything will be random. And why don't you take heed, O insan? Saying, look, they throw things from planes. And what happens if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala throw things from outer space? They talk about the comet. What was it called? A comet is going to crash. Was it like Halley? I remember from the 90s or 2000, whatever. Nowadays, I don't remember which comet they were afraid of. But they were saying that we are on a collision course. Something's going to fall on our head. And why aren't you afraid, oh insan, when you are throwing all these things on people, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala might throw things on your head? He might throw Pluto or Mars or whatever, Saturn, come on your head. You have to be afraid of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's punishment. He says He's keeping everything in place by His permission. If He doesn't, then they will fall. So take heed, O insan. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is showing you what's up in space and showing you that these things can come on you. We are on a collision course with another star, they say, or some galaxy. Yeah. What happens if it happens now? Yeah. So don't throw things on people, so Allah doesn't throw things on you. Our support, our trust is in the Creator, in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He has all the power. وَلَنْ يَجِدُوا مِن دُونِهِ وَلِيًّا وَلَا نَصِيرًا. They will never find anybody that will help them or support them except Him. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala withdraws His support, nobody can bring that support back. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us. So every time when you're looking at the moon, know that it's going to fall on your head if you are doing something wrong. Adam. We read from what Mawlana Shaykh Nazim has said, that this is the continuation of the suhbah that we gave on Thursday, and also on Jum'ah I read few sentences from here, and today inshallah we continue. He said they have found a grave full with treasures. And recently, when I'm looking at the Google News feed, I found an article that they say they found a grave with treasures in it. So I Googled again, see how many times they found it. In 2021 they found one. 2022 they found one. And previous years they have found that when they dug up a grave, they found treasures buried in that grave. So Mawlana Shaykh Nazim is saying that in the past they have found a grave filled with treasuries, all kinds of jewels and all kinds of gold. And they found the dead body. On top of the dead body there was a small writing written on its few sentences. مكتوب عليها كم سطر أيها الناظر لهذه الخزائن كنت أنا المالك لهذه الخزائن. Oh, the one that is looking at all these treasures, I was the owner. Like Pharaoh, finally they took all the treasures, they found the treasures, right? He buried himself with all his treasures. Where are the treasures now? They took it away, not with him. They took it away. But he buried himself with all these treasures. He's saying that the ones that is looking at these treasures, these were mine. I was the owner. So that body in there, it had that thing on it. وَقَدْ صَلَّطَ اللَّهُ عَلَيَّ وَعَلَى مُلْكِ قَحْطًا وَجُوعًا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because I was cruel, He has sent on me and on my kingdom قحط, drought and no vegetation and hunger. So I filled a basket with gold coins and gold ounces and gold, what do they call these? The big ones, bars, and gold, filled it with gold, and told my servant, go give it to the one that can trade it for a bread. We get Panera bread every Wednesday here. So we eat some, we don't eat some. That person is, for one bread, he's offering a basket of gold. فَتُعْطِيهِ هَذَا الذَّهَبِ. Give him this gold. So the servant went around the whole city, did not find anybody that accepted to trade a basket of gold with a piece of bread. So the king said, give me the basket. He emptied the gold. He put jewels, the most fancy ones, the emeralds and the rubies and the diamonds and whatever. He filled it. And he said, go again, find if somebody will trade all this basket of jewels with a piece of bread. He went, he didn't find any. Nobody gave him a piece of bread for all these jewels. He said, at the end, I asked that these jewels be crushed. Isn't there a story, this one guy that everything he touches becomes gold? Midas, was it? When I was his age, I was reading it. He used to go and look. He had a closet full of gold or treasure. He goes in and counts his money every day, and then he wanted more. He made a wish, and then he kissed his daughter. His daughter turned gold. He wanted to drink some water. The water turned gold. Everything he touched, his food, it turned gold. Hey, he wanted gold. There you go. So he died of hunger. So this guy is the same. He crushed all that gold and all that jewels and all whatever he has amassed. Yeah, you are amassing the wealth of this world. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala stops that train, where are you going to get the food? But they have no mind, Shaykh. They think the world is about collecting gold. The world is about collecting dollars and euros and pounds. That's what the world is for. More and more of the gold and the jewels. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't allow that train to come down, that is the qaht and ju', that is the drought and the famine and the hunger. What are you gonna do with all this gold? I'll give you all my bitcoins. You don't even have them. What are you gonna give? I'll give you all my kryptonite. What is that called? Kryptonite? Cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency. All the cryptocurrency won't benefit you. So he said, I crushed all of them and swallowed them to get that pain of hunger away from me. And died. So he ordered that when he was dying, put this as a reminder to people. فَلَا تَغُرَّنَّكُمُ الْحَيَاةُ الدُّنْيَا. Don't let dunya deceive you. You are after dunya for what? After dunya to collect more wealth. And what do you do with the wealth? You run for Congress. What do you do with the wealth? You have to be. You use the wealth to تحصيل المنصب والجاه. You use your wealth to show your prestige and fame, to become famous. When you have money, what do? You buy things. You want to show people that you have everything. You're a big one. Not Mercedes or BMW or Audis anymore. No. Bentleys and not even that. The upper ones, the Maybach. What is Maybach? And like whatever. And the Lamborghinis. That's what you show people nowadays. I have money. After you bought 10 Lamborghinis, what do? You run for Senate. You run for mayor. You run for this. You run for that. Because that's what the money is used for nowadays. You make your money, you make your wealth, and then you run for government to govern. And then after that, you will be like that man. They will bury you. They will bury you with your treasures like Pharaoh. And then after a while, they will take the money away. You don't need it anymore. We have better use of it. You go away. That is فَلَا تَغُرَّنَّكُمُ الْحَيَاةُ الدُّنْيَا. Don't be deceived by this dunya. That's what is happening nowadays. Everybody is deceived by this world. They all want to work, collect, try to be a famous, important, a powerful one, and at the end, all that power is gone. All that money is gone, and all that hard work that you have done, and all that fatigue and weakness and tiredness that you have endured is all finished. So Mawlana Shaykh Nazim is saying, ماذا ينفع الذهب إذا لم يبقى أثر طعام في الأرض. What benefit does gold have if there's no trace of food on earth? No trace on food on earth. What benefit does the gold have? الناس كلما تشم رائحة الحرب تهجم على الذهب. ما فائدة الذهب? People, whenever they smell the smell of war or difficulties, they all run to gold. And what's the benefit of gold? If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not give you food, what's the benefit of all the gold? You can have the golds like Midas. You touch everything, becomes gold. You can have all of that. What benefit does it have? Wake up, O insan, wake up. Sayyidina Dhul Qarnayn, I said this story before. Sayyidina Dhul Qarnayn, he is the one that moved from east to west, Mashriq, Maghrib. On his journey, he countered a group of people in a small village. He looked at them, very humble people. They are busy with their worship, their ibadah and ta'ah, obedience and worship. And in between, they farm their land or they work in their gardens. Nothing else. When he looked at them, they have nothing. No bracelets, no rocks, no whatever, nothing. Simple people. He said, how come you don't have any silver or gold? They said, among us, there is no one that is asking for silver and gold because they never fulfill or fill our tummies. They will never make us full. Silver and gold will not make us full. We are happy farming the land, we are happy gardening, and we are happy with our obedience and worship. We don't need anything else. He looked, he found their graves by their homes. In the past, they used to, by the mosques and by the churches, still up till now, I drive on these back roads, and I see old church from 1800, next to it, a cemetery. Every mosque in our country in the past, by the mosque, there's a cemetery. Now, alhamdulillah, some mosques are doing some cemeteries next to them. When I used to go around, I was seeing that they are building a mosque and a small cemetery. Cemetery by their homes. He says, why do you have cemeteries by your home? He says, so we can remember death. So when you enter the masjid in our countries, you see the people there. You read Fatiha for them and you enter. On the way out, you look at them, you say, I be next. You read the Fatiha on them and you leave. Same thing with the churches. People entering the church, they see the cemetery. They understand their beginning and their end. So they are on their best behavior. Now they took it away. The mosques or churches, they built these mega churches and huge mosques, no cemetery next to it, so people don't remember. Enter the church, try to be a famous one. Run after this dunya. Enter the mosque, try to be a famous one. Run after a position or a post. That's what they want nowadays. So he said, come with me. He took Dhul Qarnayn to the cemetery. He says, this was one of our chiefs of this village. He was a cruel one. What only he wanted, dunya. He crushed the one that came against him. He was zalim, he was unjust. Now he is there. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took him away and now he is carrying that burden. This one was a chief, a good one, a just one. He used what he had. He was sakhi, he was generous, he helped. And he put his hand on his shoulder and he said, which of these two graves you will lie in? Which one of these graves you will lie in? Look at that, wisdom. So Dhul Qarnayn said, come with me, be my minister and advise me on my journeys. He said, no, I don't. He says, why? He says, because of your money and your kingdom, people are enemies to you. But because of my contentment and my happiness with what I have, this little what I have, people are happy with me and they love me. So when you see tyrants crushing and hurting and unjust to others, they will go down that grave, the one that was on the right side, the unjust one. They will carry that burden in their grave. That is the awake ones, the awake ones. So when you look at the graves, you see which one was a good one, which one was a bad one. You try not to be from the bad ones, because the bad one is checking, is carrying his burden over there. The good ones, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will put them in Jannah. Will put them in Jannah. Sayyidina al-Hasan al-Basri, it is said, he was walking by a cemetery, he saw a lady crying on the grave of her father. And he was hearing her, she was crying, she was saying, "Oh my father, who prepared your bed tonight? I used to prepare your bed every night. Tonight, who prepared your bed? Oh my father, we used to eat together every night. Tonight, who fed you?" So Sayyidina Hasan al-Basri said, my daughter, don't say such things. Ask your father, "Oh my father, we put you facing Qibla. Did you stay on Qibla or it was turned around?" When you put the mu'min or the Muslim in the grave, where do you put them, Hamza? Facing Qibla. He was telling her, ask him, is your face still towards Qibla, towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or was it turned around because it was not sincere, was not true? That's what you should ask. And ask him, "Oh my father, did you stay put on truth when these two angels came and asked you about your Lord, about your Prophet and about your religion? Did you tell them the right words or no?" That's what you ask. And ask your father, "Oh my father, is your grave Rawda min Riyad al-Jannah, a rosa from the gardens of paradise, or is it a pit from the pit of fires?" Not who cooked for you tonight, who prepared your bed for you tonight. Say, is your grave Rawda min Riyad al-Jannah, garden from the gardens of paradise, or a pit from the pits of fires? So he showed him the two chiefs. One was a tyrant, crushed others. One was a good one, helped others. He said, in which grave are you going to lie down? Yeah. Take heed, O insan. You are very heedless because you have been blinded by riyasa, hubbur riyasa. The love of being number one, the love of being at the helm, has blinded you from being a just one, has blinded you from being a good one, has blinded you from being a kind one, because you don't remember where you're going to lie in that grave. You are only after more power, only after more prestige, only after more of this dunya, and this dunya did not last for anybody. This man that was in the grave, he took all the dunya that he collected with him, did not benefit him. He crushed the dunya that he collected to feed himself, it did not benefit him. So remember, O insan. Mawlana Shaykh Nazim is reminding us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us remember. He said, الذي يموت جوعا في الدنيا يأمن من جوع يوم القيامة. The one that dies of hunger in this world, in dunya, he will be safe from the hunger of Qiyamah. Do you understand, Shaykh? So what you see as something very cruel, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is preparing for these people something very good on the other side. This is Mawlana Shaykh Nazim's word. The one that is dying of hunger in this dunya now, wherever it is, because there's no food coming to them, Mawlana Shaykh Nazim is saying, يَأْمَنُ مِنْ جُوعِ يَوْمِ الْقِيَامِ. He will be safe from the hunger on the day of judgment. The day of judgment is 50,000 سنة. Isn't it? في يوم كان مقداره 50,000. That day, the period or the miqdar, or the period of that day is 50,000 years. 50,000 years without eating. People will be hungry on that day. People will be thirsty on that day, except mu'min. Mu'min will be fed. Mu'min will be treated. they're gonna get the hors d'oeuvres. You go to a party, they give you hors d'oeuvres and cocktails. And if you go to a fancy one, they give you lobster tails and some caviar. If you go to a cheap one, they give you some cheese with a toothpick. Get some cheese with olive on the top. That's for you. No, you don't get the lobster tails and the caviar. And Maulana Shaykh Nazim is saying the ones that are dying of hunger in this world, الذي يموت جوعا في الدنيا, the one that's dying of hunger in dunya, he will be saved from the hunger on يوم القيامة. وكم من شبعان ويموت جائعا. And how many people that have full tummies, eating, but they die hungry. They go to the hospital 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 10 days, 20 days, 30 days, no food. Not eating. They die hungry. Be careful of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Fear Him. You think now you are powerful, but when you are in that condition that you have no power at all. Awliyaullah have said, if you think yourself powerful, push away death from you. Can you push away death? You're so powerful. You have the militaries of the world. Push death away from you. Can you? No, you cannot push death. So what power do you have? He said, if you think yourself rich, feed all my creation only one meal. Can you feed all the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? You think you can feed the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? He's asking only feed them one meal, all my creation. You think you are rich? Yeah, you are not. Allah is. Allahul Ghani. He is the Ghani. He is the rich one. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us. So, wake up, O insan. Wake up. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us and forgive others and guide us to what He likes from us to do. Be a just one, be a kind one, be a tender one. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will love you. Be a cruel one, be an unjust one, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not love you. Wallahu la yuhibbu dhalimin. Allah does not like dhalim. Yeah. Insan was zalim, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give him what he deserves. And that's what we believe in, adl. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is just. And insan was mazloom, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was muntaqim. Insan was oppressed, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was the one that will take his revenge. Muntaqim, al-muntaqim, that is the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The avenger, is it the avenger? The avenger, the one that will take the revenge, the avenger for the oppressed one is Allah. And the one that will take care of the zalim, of the bad one, is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Al-adl. You did this, that's what you get. The reward, that's the reward of the bad things you have done. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give tit to tat, this, or one by one to the zalim. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us. ومن الله التوفيق بحرمة الحبيب وبسر سورة الفاتحة. We'll just turn the lights off, Shaykh. It's better so the kids can be quiet. Kids, sit with your parents.
وسلم من كل ما يخالف الشريعة، من كل ما يخالف الطريق، من كل ما يخالف الحقيقة، من كل ما يخالف المعرفة، من كل ما يخالف العزيمة يا أرحم الراحمين يا الله. أودعنا هذه الكلمتين الشهادتين والاستغفار عندك يا سلطان الأنبياء وعندك يا سلطان الأولياء، وهم لنا وديعة عندكم يوم القيامة يا من أرسلكم الله تعالى رحمة للعالمين. اللهم يا مسبب الأسباب، يا مفتح الأبواب، يا مقلب القلوب والأبصار، يا دليل المتحيرين، يا غياث المستغيثين، يا حي يا قيوم يا ذا الجلال والإكرام. وأفوض أمري إلى الله، إن الله بصير بالعباد. رابطة الشريفة. Connect your heart to Maulana with love. Let's do your singing together. سورة الفاتحة.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين.
صلوات الشريفة.
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم 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 اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ألم نشرح لك صدرك ووضعنا عنك وزرك الذي أنقض ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا فإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ألم نشرح لك صدرك ووضعنا عنك وزرك الذي أنقض ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا فإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ألم نشرح لك صدرك ووضعنا عنك وزرك الذي أنقض ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا فإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ألم نشرح لك صدرك ووضعنا عنك وزرك الذي أنقض ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا فإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ألم نشرح لك صدرك ووضعنا عنك وزرك الذي أنقض ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا فإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ألم نشرح لك صدرك ووضعنا عنك وزرك الذي أنقض ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا فإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ألم نشرح لك صدرك ووضعنا عنك وزرك الذي أنقض ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا فإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب. الله أكبر.
سورة الإخلاص.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين.
صلوات الشريفة
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. 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 اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم.
صل يا رب وسلم على جميع الأنبياء والمرسلين وآل كل أجمعين والحمد لله رب العالمين. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب قد آتيتني من الملك وعلمتني من تأويل الأحاديث فاطر السماوات والأرض أنت وليي في الدنيا والآخرة توفني مسلما وألحقني بالصالحين. آمنا بالله صدق الله مولانا العظيم. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
إلى حضرة النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى أصحابه الكرام وإلى أرواح إخوانه من الأنبياء والمرسلين وقدماء شرائعهم وإلى أرواح الأئمة الأربعة وإلى أرواح مشايخنا في الطريقة النقشبندية العالية، خاصة إلى أرواح أهل ختم الخواجة كان. الفاتحة. واعلم أنه لا
إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله، لا إله إلا الله.
لا إله إلا الله. سيدنا ومولانا محمد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. لا إله
إلا الله محمد رسول الله عليه صلاة الله. لا إله إلا الله
محمد نبي الله
عليه صلاة الله. لا إله إلا الله
محمد صافي الله
عليه صلاة الله. لا إله إلا الله
محمد ناجي الله
عليه صلاة الله. لا إله إلا الله
محمد كليم الله
عليه صلاة الله. لا إله إلا الله
محمد خليل الله
عليه صلاة الله. لا إله إلا الله
محمد شفيع الله
عليه صلاة الله. لا إله إلا الله
محمد أمين الله
عليه صلاة الله. لا إله إلا الله
محمد حبيب الله
عليه صلاة الله. لا إله إلا الله
محمد عبد الله ورسوله صلى الله تعالى عليه وعلى آله وسلم، زيادة لشرف النبي المصطفى صلى الله عليه وسلم وآله وأصحابه الكرام، وإلى أرواح سائر ساداتنا. الفاتحة. الله
الله الله الله الله الله الله الله الله الله الله Allah وسلم اللهم صل على
التابعين بهم بإحسان وعن الأئمة المجتهدين الماضين وعن العلماء المتقين وعن الأولياء الصالحين وعن مشايخنا في الطريقة النكشبندية العالية قدس الله تعالى أرواحهم الزكية ونور الله تعالى أضرحتهم المباركة وأعاد الله تعالى علينا من بركاتهم وفيضاتهم دائما والحمد لله رب العالمين.
الفاتحة. إلى حضرة النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم وأصحابه الكرام وإلى روح إخواننا من الأنبياء والمرسلين القدماء شرائعهم وإلى روح أئمة الأربعة وإلى روح مشايخنا في الطريقة النقشبندية العالية خاصة إلى روح إمام الطريقة وعبد الخالق وخاشة جلال الدين النقشبندي محمد وسيم البخاري وإلى حضرة أستاذنا وأستاذ أستاذنا وسائر ساداتنا وصديقنا وإلى ختم خاشة كان وسيدنا عبد الخالق الغجدواني وإلى روح آبائنا وأمهاتنا وأبنائنا وبناتنا وإخواننا وأخواتنا وعمامنا وعماتنا وأخواننا وخالاتنا وأجدادنا وجداتنا وإلى روح أهل العبا وأهل بيت النبي المصطفى وإلى الصديقين والشهداء خاصة شهداء فلسطين وإلى جميع الأمة عامة أجمعين ومن نحن في جوارهم. الفاتحة. سبحان ربي العلي الأعلى الوهاب.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا ونبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وادخلنا الجنة مع الأبرار برحمتك يا عزيز يا غفار يا كريم يا ستار يا رب العالمين. اللهم اجعل جمعنا هذا جمعا مرحوما وتفرقنا من بعد تفرقا معصوما ولا تجعل فينا ولا معنا شقيا ولا محروما. اللهم اصلح شأننا وشأن المسلمين. اللهم اشفنا واشف مرضانا ومرضى المسلمين. اللهم عافنا وعاف مرضانا ومرضى المسلمين. اللهم امد بأعمارنا ومر مشايخنا الى ادراك مصر صاحب الزمان. يا غارة الله جد السير مسرية في حل عقدتنا. يا غارة الله عادت العدون وجاروا ورجونا الله مجيرا وكفى بالله وليا وكفى بالله نصيرا. حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل. حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل. حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل. يا حي يا قيوم. اللهم دمر أعداءك وأعداء الدين. آمين. اللهم خذهم أخذ عزيز مقتدر. آمين. اللهم اخسف بهم الأرض يا رب العالمين. آمين. يا حي يا قيوم. انصر المسلمين يا رب في مشارق الأرض ومغاربها. آمين. اللهم يا رب خذ الظالمين والمجرمين يا ربي. اللهم اخسف بهم الأرض. آمين. اللهم نقي هذا الأرض من فسادهم ومن ظلمهم يا رب العالمين. آمين. اللهم باعدهم عنا كما بعدت بين المشرق والمغرب يا الله. اللهم اعذر سلطاننا وسلطان المسلمين. آمين. اللهم طهر قلوبنا من الشرك والنفاق والحقد والحسد. آمين. اللهم ألف بين قلوب المسلمين في مشارق الأرض ومغاربها يا رب العالمين. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. آمين. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام